Hey guys, welcome to episode 26 of Profit Talk. We have a new third D with us tonight. I'd like to introduce Mr. Dahl Dummerson.
What's up, everybody?
He will be joining us because our old third D, Dusty, doesn't love us anymore.
He said we are not a priority in his life, and he told us to F off.
He did, and he said something about like effing blocking people, and
he's a total.
It was
angry.
Terrible. I mean, it was awful. It was almost like it was live on YouTube.
Right?
Oh, I love you, Deb. How is everybody tonight? Is my wave here?
Finish the shipment.
Wait. I see my Larry. I see Maureen.
Doreen
and Brian.
Yeah, Doreen. Sabine. Look at that. Doreen, Maureen, Dreen, and Sabine.
Right? You guys.
Sabine is finally back. I don't know where she's been, but I was like...
Sean, you're going to have to be seen now, so you're seen instead of Sean.
Yeah, it'll be seen and Ogene.
Mm-hmm. No, Brian, we're not DDP, we're DDD.
Triple D's, yep.
That is Dahl Dummerson.
My name's Dahl Dummerson.
Dahl Dummerson.
You need like a hick accent now. I'm Dahl Dummerson.
The tornado came, and it just blew right on through.
All right, let me try. I'm Dahl Dummerson. That tornado came, and it just blew right on through. How's that? I don't know, man.
We gonna rebuild, though. We gonna rebuild.
We're gonna put it back together. We're gonna get it together. Don't worry.
I'm gonna get my tractor up out that tree, and we gonna rebuild.
Who was the one that sold the combine? I just saw a post.
Yeah, man, that was an awesome sale.
Some dude sold a combine, and he made a post about it. It's like, wow, first of all, the guy that bought it originally only paid $1,500 for it.
Where are they getting these combines?
Where do I get a combine for $1,500? These things, you have to like mortgage these things. They cost as much as a house.
I parked that bad boy in my front yard. If I could get one for $1,500,
I know. Boom. And then he sold it for $4K. Like, yeah, sold in like 15 minutes. I'm just thinking, man, you let that go way too cheap, dog.
Yep.
Maybe that's what they go for in that area. I need to find out where they live, and I need to go get me a combine.
I know, right?
That's amazing. I saw that. I was like, $1,500. You can't buy a 1984 Honda for $1,500.
Well, you can get a Baltaco Matador for $400, but you can also sell them for $25. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, that was amazing. No, that's a good turnaround. And once that person probably bought it and sold it, they got to post somewhere else. Like, I bought this combine for $4,000 today and sold it for $50,000.
All right.
It's going to just keep cycling through. There's going to be like 8 different posts. It's going to get up to like 80 grand.
That's what I was thinking when this dude bought my bike. I was like, he was sitting there telling me everything about it, and the more he explained it, the more I thought, wow, I let this thing go way too cheap. Because he was just like, look at all these little details. I mean, just look at this, and look at this, and look at this. I'm like, thinking in my head, this dude's going to take this bike and sell it for $5 grand.
You're like, yeah, right. I decided I was going to go ahead and keep it.
The price, according to your ad, is now $5K.
Yeah. You just kind of copy and pasted everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Good. I missed the combine thing. Where was this?
It's over in 1500. It was really cool. That was a really long post, and like they said, they sold it in like Paul said, like 15 minutes. So basically, turned around and made 2,500 in like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, both prices are killer.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, you basically steal it for $1,500, and then the guy that buys it for $4K also steals it. You can. That's where everybody's just happy, and you don't have to worry about issues. And maybe it's worth it for the peace of mind. The guy's gonna buy it for $4 grand, and there's no way in hell that he's gonna be mad
But he's
about
not
it
gonna
at
be
all.
mad about it.
Ever. Like, he gets it home and he can't get it started. He's like, oh, well, it was only $4,000. What do I expect?
Doesn't start, but that's all right. Brian said I'd be driving it to the Mellow Mushroom. I would totally drive it to the Mellow Mushroom if I knew where one was.
That is how you price your items, to reduce your defects to the maximum. Just, okay, how cheap can I sell this for? And the person who buys it is just going to be like, screw it, I only paid so much anyway.
Sabina, that's not Paul.
I'm Doll.
That is Doll.
Yeah, sorry, I keep on forgetting to talk in my normal accent.
Yeah, you gotta talk in your Dummerson voice.
Yeah.
There's Wade. Hi, Wade.
Oh, did Wade finally show up? You're late, Wade.
We love Wade. He's so sweet. I'm gonna go see Wade this summer.
You're gonna go get him where?
I said I'm gonna go see him.
Oh, when you're in Florida?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yep. Are you gonna see Chad too?
If I can.
Or are you gonna be on the other side of?
To go. Yeah, it's completely like on the other side.
Yeah. No, that's when you're like, hey Chad, I'm coming. Are you gonna come and see me? Meet me halfway. Meet me halfway.
Let's meet somewhere.
You do it.
I might end up at Chad's house. I might end up at Chad's house on Friday.
Well, it's not that far out of the way, right?
No, it's not. Okay, so like I was gonna go to Dusty's, but if Dusty's not there, because like to Dusty's is like 14 hours, but then to my destination from Dusty's is only 8. But to Chad, it's like 11 hours, and then from Chad to my destination is like 11 hours. It's the same time frame. It's still 22 hours. Mm-hmm. It's just how far from each place. But yeah.
When is he gonna know if he'll be back at the house, though?
I don't know. He didn't say.
So, are you taking the family?
No, I'm going to take a trip up to Virginia and pick up my kids and come back down to Texas. And then they're going to be here for a week, and then I got to make the same trip again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you're going to try and hit like Dusty on the way out and then Chad on the way back, or the other way?
Yeah, or vice versa.
Yeah. Figure out how to do it. That's pretty legit. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good idea right there. I mean,
you gotta make that happen right there.
You using your brain's knowledge.
And this is why we have the topic of how to better manage our time. Because
I am like doing FBA right now, ma'am.
I'm sitting on the
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, so Deb and I were talking today about, was that this morning that we were talking about the time thing? Or no, that was last night.
That was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, because you asked how much I work a week.
Yep.
And like Deb said something about how many, like, she had worked a certain amount of hours, but that she felt, she said that, but I've only gotten this, and this done. And I am the exact same way sometimes. Like, if I don't have my schedule and, like I'm sticking to it, I will sit down to do something, like I'll work for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I am gone. I'm like in ADD hell somewhere doing remotely nothing close to what I need to be sitting there doing.
Well, yesterday I was cleaning up because I kind of got to get things ready, Mm-hmm. And so I was cleaning the living room, and I needed to do the laundry, I needed to clean the kitchen and all these other things. And I had literally been, like, doing that for, like, 6 hours. But where'd Danica go?
Danica disappeared.
And then she'll be back. Yeah. So I was doing it for, like, 6 hours, and then essentially all I did was, like, clean the living room and, like, put in 1 load of laundry. It took me 6 hours to do that. But it's not like I was doing it for 6 hours. I was basically, like, grasshoppering around doing stupid crap in the meantime. And it's like my work schedule is, like, exactly the same way.
Yeah, every time I look at my living room, it looks like a FBA shipment exploded. So, I mean, I've tried to clean, and then I bring more stuff home. And then I have to clean some more, and then I bring some more stuff home. And it's one of those things where, it's like this is what's going to FBA, but only like 70% of it can actually go to FBA when you're done, because dealing with like a lot of one-offs and thrifted items. And then after a week of bringing home like a few bags of stuff, then that pile of stuff that's going to eBay just gets bigger and bigger. But that's one of the reasons why I really need to make better use of my storage unit, I think. But it's
well.
Go ahead.
No, it's like we were talking yesterday, Danica and I was like, well, because I was asking her, I was like, well, how much time do you actually spend like on your FBA business? And so she was telling me, and she was like, well, how much do you spend? And I'm like, probably about 15, 20 hours a week. And she's like, I thought you spent way more time than that. And I was like, no, it's just that I bullshit around for, the other 20 hours of my week, and then I spend 15 actual like total time. I think if you really add it up, it's like, oh, I got 15 minutes of actual work and then 45 minutes of looking at comments on Facebook and stuff like that.
I find myself spending a lot of time peeling stickers and just doing stuff like that. Just cleaning things up, getting it ready, testing items, that sort of thing. So, I mean, if I can do 100 items a week into FBA, I feel pretty good about it. But as far as eBay, I mean, it's like an item here, an item there. I'll do 5 items when I'm just sitting around. But, I mean, I wake up, my typical day is I wake up at like between 3 and 6 a.m. If I don't have my show in the morning, then I'll be listing solid until like 10 o'clock. And if I do have my show in the morning, I'll be listing solid until about 6:45. Because as you guys know, I generally start the show, send out the links, and get everything ready about 2 minutes before we're supposed to go live. And then I started about 5 minutes after we're supposed to go live. But I mean, that's it. I mean, it's not like I'm just goofing around or anything. I'm actually working. But then, I've got an hour or so to do any eBay shipments that I have or whatever. Then I go to do jiu-jitsu. And when I come home after that, and, on the way home, it's sourcing. I stop. There are a couple Goodwills close by that I'm always stopping at. So usually I get home about 4 or 5 o'clock. And by then, I mean, I've been working for 12 hours, basically. So it's just everything that I do after that. I don't count it as I don't feel like I'm on the clock anymore. I just do whatever, like I'll organize stuff and get stuff ready for the next day. Like, all right, well, when I wake up in the morning, I'll have this pile ready to get into FBA, and while I'm doing that, I'm like watching Game of Thrones or something, I'm watching TV, I'm watching YouTube, whatever it is.
If I could work for like 12 actual hours, I would probably make so much freaking money. Like if I actually worked, but I don't. I'm very unproductive, and that's something like starting after this trip is over and after my kids are done visiting and stuff. I'm actually going to be more diligent about the time that I'm spending, because taking a whole day and getting like 2 hours worth of work done in an entire day is not going to get me to where I want to be money-wise. Mm-hmm. Danica said she can't get back in.
What?
Yeah, she said it's giving her an authentication error and she can't get back in.
Hold on, let me send her a link real quick.
Yeah, see if she can get back in under herself.
I'm gonna send Danica this link, and hopefully it'll probably come in under Danica, and then she'll end up going. There's a way to cut the link down to avoid the authentication error, because that's the link I send you guys every morning, because my registry's been screwed for 6 months. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but hopefully that works. But it'll probably bring her in as Danica, I'm sure.
Well, hopefully it'll work. So yeah, that's what I want to do. What I was going to actually do is I wanted to document my actual time and see how much I'm really working, because I don't even know like how much I actually devote to work. Like how much is really work time.
Yeah.
So I want to document it. Like I'm going to time it, and see like what my week is actually like. And I think it'll make me more focused anyway. Like if I'm documenting it, maybe I'll be more focused.
Maybe. I do feel like if you're working from home and if you're like if you have kids and all that, documenting your time is impossible because stuff's just gonna come up. I mean, I told you she's gonna come in as Danica and not as Prophet Talk. But it's gonna work for about 2 more minutes. I give it like 2 or 3 more minutes before we drop because Prophet Talk is not in the chat anymore. So this might be a quick show. But
well, I kept trying to talk to you guys. Like, I kept trying to talk back to you. Like,
and you weren't even in.
I turned the sound on so I could hear you guys. And I was like, oh my god, me too. Oh, they can't hear me. Oh my god. I was like, oh, it's so stupid. And then I told them in the chat that I was trying to talk to you, and I was like, God, I could have kept that to myself.
So Bama, obviously Bama Z-Man in the chat, I don't know who this guy is. He's confused. He said that, I don't know who this Paul guy is, but my name is Dahl Dummerson. So I'm one of the, I'm the replacement for Dusty tonight. I'm one of the triple Ds, or one of the 3.